Hey guys, more military trucks here. I just purchased this inverter. It's a 550 watt that runs off of two Milwaukee drill batteries. And I have not seen any reviews yet on it on YouTube. And it seems like it's really cheap and high wattage compared to other ones out there. So I'm wondering if it's just a sham or if it actually works. And no one's reviewed it, so I figured I'd throw up a review for everybody. The reason I purchased this is because I don't have any power out at the yard, so I either have to bring my generator or I have to run everything off of my Milwaukee batteries. And if you guys already don't know, I'm a big Milwaukee fan. Most of my tools are Milwaukee. But I definitely have things that don't run off of Milwaukee batteries, so this was my other option. Now, looking at it, it actually looks like it's a fairly good unit. It's not extremely light, which tells me that it's built okay. So I'm going to hook up my batteries to it and see what it'll do here. Oh, that's tight. It's really tight. Oh, but it does work. I did read one review where it said you can't fit two 12s, which that's what I was going to use with it. So, and they said two 12s would work on the ad, so I figured I could always return it if they lied. So first thing I noticed is it's not balanced worth a shit. But that's okay, you can read it better with it facing that way. So let's turn it on. And you can run it with just one battery too, so that's kind of neat. So we got 20.1 volts there, so that's neat. It tells you what the voltage is anyway. Let's see if the light works. Oh, look, it's got a light. It actually works. All right, well, let's plug some stuff into it and see what it does. So this is rated at 1350 watts, which is quite a bit more than it's supposed to take, so I'll turn it on low and see if it does it. Nope. Oh, maybe I gotta turn that on. There we go. Oh, hey, it's actually working. It says output here. Error 21. It shut off on me. And the fan turned on, which is quite loud. So let's read what the error code, error 21, is. Probably overload, I imagine. Okay, so the first handy thing about this is, well, that's garbage. There's no information in there. It doesn't even tell you error codes. So what I did is I just pressed the AC button again. I got rid of the code. And so this tells you how many watts here. So you can actually see it when I turn it on low. It builds up. So it actually put out 594, it looked like, before it shut off. So that's actually even higher than the 550. And so I'm guessing the overload is at 600 watts, which is impressive so far. Let me plug in something else and see if I can get it to work. All right, so I pulled out a few old corded tools, none of them of which say watts on there. So we'll try it out. This circular saw I use often enough, and it's still going, the old Makita, so I haven't bothered replacing it yet. Let's see what it does. Alright, well that worked well. That was about 380. So technically the other devices on the market like this only go to 350, unless you want to pay a lot of money. This was only 80 bucks. I don't know if I mentioned that. Anything this high wattage was like, I want to say $500 or $600 otherwise, so this is like incredibly cheap for what it is. It runs the skill saw just fine, which it jumps up quite a bit on startup, which is normal. Got a 522 that time. Let's just check the batteries for the fun of it. They're still at full charge. So let me plug in the other tools and see what it does. So the fan runs for about 10 seconds before it shuts back off, which is not bad, even though it is noisy. It's kind of annoying, and it stays on while you're operating things. Here's my very old router that I have. Jumped up to 216. And here's my kind of new router that I got. There we go. That was the same as the skill saw. Jumped way up there and came back down a little bit, but that actually took a lot more juice than the older one, which I was kind of surprised at. So my LED shop light is 53 watts. Let's try the KitchenAid. How's that? Cut out at 560. Not quite. And now the biggest question yet, what about a heater? Nope. What about a wet vac? It actually works on a wet vac. Now, I'm not expecting at all for it to work on this, but that would be awesome if it did. Let's try it out. Doesn't sound like it's, nope, not gonna do it. What about a fluorescent light? Oh, it does it. It's actually not bad. It's only 47 watts. All right, what about Christmas lights? Some dead deer and Jesus. They're on. 430 odd watts. That's also the ones on the house too. So we've been running for about 10 minutes now on the Christmas lights and still going strong. Batteries are about halfway done after 10 minutes of 405, 412, and all the other little testing that I've done. And look, it can even play the kids' video games. Which are about 210. So yeah, overall, I mean, this thing's pretty good. It actually feels, fairly good quality, like the power buttons and whatnot. They feel good. As far as heat, it's hardly getting hot. When I ran it for the 15 minutes or so, pulling about 400 watts or more, then you could start smelling a little bit of that burning Chinese electronic smell coming out of it, but I'm sure that would probably cook off after a few uses. And the batteries, see, like with them off now, I mean, we're still up to 3 bars. They're running at 19 volts. It's neat that it tells you which is which. The cool thing is you can run it with only one. And the 12s are really hard to get in and out, but they do actually fit. Or see, I could put that in there. It was saying, try to keep them at the same charge level. It doesn't matter a whole lot, but I think it'll probably be easier on the batteries if your charge levels are the same. As far as the amp hours, I don't think that makes a difference from what I read, but again, I'm probably just going to run the 212s on it at all times as my plan. But yeah, for 80 bucks, I'm happy I bought it, and it's going to work well for, most things that I would need it for, and anything more like the air compressor, I'll just have to whip the generator out or fire the wrecker up and use the air off of that or whatnot. But yeah, definitely happy I got it, and it's probably going to be definitely something I use quite often. So be sure to follow me on Facebook. That's where I post most of my stuff. I don't do a lot on YouTube, but thought I would throw up a review since I didn't see one.